And we are live. Mr. Kirkpatrick, how are you, my friend?
Good. We got the original K and K on tonight. The
That's it.
original duo.
That's it.
Flying solo tonight for the time being. We'll see. We might get some guests in throughout the hour. We're gonna go
Okay.
1 hour, right?
All right.
But how are you doing? How's the snow up in New Jersey?
Snow's good. Snow's good. Roads were pretty good. The main roads. There were some back roads. I got one of your favorites tonight, La Bella Pizza for dinner for Jenny and I.
One of my
But
favorites.
some of the roads there in Garfield they were a little, not gonna lie, the side roads were a little sleety still, But main roads obviously good. And how are you? How's the weather by you?
Yeah, just damp. Damp. We had rain, so we didn't get any of the snow.
Okay.
It's the benefit of living a little further south.
Yep.
And we'll go from there. So
But I'll tell you this, Kenny, I am fired up for tonight and tomorrow. Huge games starting tonight. We got 3 conference championship games. Listen to this weekend, Kenny. All right? 3 conference championship games tonight. Tomorrow, we got SEC, ACC, Big 10, Big 12. We got the Broncos, Buffalo at 4:30. The Knicks are on tonight. It's St.
yeah,
John's Sunday. It's a great weekend for
let's
sports.
Let's talk. Let's before we get into picks, let's talk about one that I'm disappointed I'm not going to see, and that's Coastal Carolina, and the
Yeah.
Raiders got canceled.
Yeah.
You know what? Still undefeated. They're going to be in a nice bowl game. We'll see who they put them with, and see if they can finish off the perfect season.
Yeah.
But
Just
you
though,
know,
it's like you
nice
said.
story. Program put on the map. And we'll see going forward. What happens with them.
Yep.
I did see some bowl games were canceled. The Pinstripe Bowl was canceled.
A lot of teams, Washington just turned. Washington Huskies now are opting out of a bowl. They just won't accept the bowl. They're saying a lot of teams are doing it. And I was just also reading again. I'm a big Auburn fan, and it was saying that it's going to be up to the players if they want to do it or not. So
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get it. You know, if you're not in the big ones, then just probably opt out.
well, you know it is too. It's the fact of you got to wait, a week and a half. Like if they had the bowl game like next week, okay, you're there, you're everybody just play the one more game. But you're really gonna risk practicing for a couple of weeks, and like that's. I
You know
think
what I
that's the
think they
part.
gotta fix? I think they gotta fix the Rose Bowl. I always looked forward to the Rose Bowl because it was Big Ten against Pac-10.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's considered one of the playoff games this year.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're going to get a Washington opting out. They could have been, if the Rose Bowl was legitimately the Rose Bowl, then you might see Washington having an argument to be in the Rose Bowl.
We're getting a comment tonight from our guy John Beelan saying, "Hello, Kenny. Not to you, Kurt. Kenny only." With the smiley faces.
Oh, that's Kurt Hasselhoff, by the way.
Yeah. You know
Where is
what,
the Hoff tonight?
Kenny? You know what it is? I'm going to be honest. Beelan's going to be back to my guy when he gets his Christmas present that he sees. I haven't finished it. That's all I'm going to say. I haven't. It's in my head of what I want to do, but it is. It's when he gets it, I'm going to be back in his good graces. I could promise you.
Sounds good. And so we're on for an hour. You why don't we get into our bowl games picks? Not, our conference championship picks rather.
Okay.
And then we'll talk a little NFL news, and then we'll get into our NFL picks.
All right. Let's do it.
Why don't we start up? Like I said, it's just the two of us, and if anybody's out there listening, fantasy football. Why don't we get into that real quick?
Okay.
Let's get into that real quick. Fantasy football playoffs are upon us. Biggest question I think people have is Taysom Hill, Drew Brees. Obviously Drew Brees is back. That hurts, but yeah, if you have Drew Brees on your IR, depending on who your other quarterback is, you play him. I would keep Taysom Hill on your IR reserve if you have a chance, because we don't know Brees might be. He had 11 cracked ribs and a punctured lung. We're gonna see. It's not guaranteed that he's going to get through this game on Sunday.
We got a comment coming in from our guy Jacob saying, "So I'm a little upset about the Giants getting destroyed by the Cardinals. I honestly thought they could win, but you know what? Next game they play against the Browns, they will win." I'm going to go with them too.
Jacob, I agree. I'm a Giants fan. I'm not saying it because I'm a Giants fan. I think the Giants will bounce back. I have not seen two bad games in a row from the Giants this year. I think Judge will get them pumped up. I think the Browns are a little overrated. They don't have a very good defense. I think the Giants can ball control this game and take it over and win a close one by about a touchdown.
John Beelan saying Kurt's Christmas present is going to be Bulls balls after Saturday night.
That's right.
Nah. I'm not even, I told you guys last night, on TV one is going to be Broncos. I'll start watching the ACC tournament at 4 the championship at 4. But 4:30, I'm going right to my Broncos on the big TV. I got the second big one on the right. I'm just, I'll switch it to the big one anytime I get nervous, but the nerves are just, 7-0, 7-3, Clemson, 14-3, 17-3, 24-3, 24-10. Just never, just that TV will be on right there. I'll have the other TV. That game's probably never even going to hit the big board because it's not going to worry about it.
Beelan, you listening to this
nonsense? Not
nonsense?
going to worry about it. You
guys got me here solo with this nonsense tonight, but I let him do his talking tonight. I do my talking tomorrow. For those who don't know.
Hey, our guy Vinny. Hey, Vinny saying, Viva Let's Bills, saying Bills by 9 tomorrow. We're going to get into that in a couple of seconds.
Oh, Vinny, thanks for joining, man. Yeah, we're going to get into that in a few minutes.
We're going to get into that.
For those who don't know, Kurt and I got a bet. If Clemson wins tomorrow, he doesn't have to eat the Rocky Mountain oysters. If they lose tomorrow, he's got to eat Rocky Mountain oysters and another nasty food of my choice. So, audience, I think you want to see Kurt eat 2 nasty foods in one night. So I think you're all going to root for Notre Dame with me tomorrow.
Beelan saying Bills by 30. You know what? I'm going to be honest. Listen, we're not going to be in the playoffs, but you know what? This is our playoff game tomorrow. This is our playoff game tomorrow. And I feel it, man. I'm telling you, you know what? The round Denver, you know what? Denver has Vinny's also saying, great show, guys, LOL. John Beelan saying, I'm a Bills fan the rest of the year, but I hate Josh Allen, is what Beelan's saying. All I know is one thing.
He's got to chime into Thursday night with the Viva Los Bills guys.
Yeah, oh, yeah. We get listen.
We got to get Beelan on that.
We got to get Beelan on. Uh-oh. Vinny's also saying, has anything taste better with ketchup? LOL. Oh, God. Uh-oh.
Yeah, ketchup or ranch dressing.
But I don't like ranch dressing. But here's the thing, Kenny. Tomorrow, and all joking aside, me and Beelan always go at it in the text and stuff. But listen, tomorrow at 4 o'clock, Beelan, don't worry about my bet with my, what are they called, Kenny? What are these?
Rocky Mountain oysters.
Rocky Mountain oysters. Don't worry about it.
AKA Bulls balls.
Beelan, open up your favorite beer, put your feet up at 4 o'clock, and just say, thank God, look what I'm going to have for the next 15 to 20 years. And then, you know what? Don't worry. When it starts rolling tomorrow and they get up by 10 and 14, don't worry and say, oh, I feel bad for Kenny and for Kurt. Don't worry about Kenny and Kurt. Just look and say, look what I'm going to have for the next 15 years. I'm going to have probably the third best quarterback in football by year 3. This guy, number 16, wearing the orange or white tomorrow.
Beelan, and for everybody listening, I'll end it on this. That prediction he's making for Trevor Lawrence, if it doesn't happen, I don't know, like, you are his biggest backer. Like, you're gonna be in trouble if he doesn't work out.
I am his biggest backer.
I'm going to tell you that right now.
I am his biggest backer. You know what? Let's ask Vincent, because you know why? He's going to be in that division. Is he rooting for Trevor Lawrence to go to Jacksonville and not have to deal with that monster for the next 15 years in his division? He's already got to deal with Tua. You know, New England's going to have a plan. I mean, listen, he's been showing with Josh Allen that his guy's going to be pretty damn good. But is he hoping a little bit that Jets beat New England, maybe
Look at
Belichick
that.
does something.
Look at that quarterback. Look at that quarterback
Yeah,
class.
if he goes in that,
AFC. Tua, Josh Allen, possibly Trevor Lawrence.
and New England's going to have somebody.
Yeah. Could you imagine the Patriots having the worst quarterback in the division?
I know. Crazy, right?
Could be a trap game for the Bills, is what Vinny's saying.
Yep.
It might be. It might be.
Denver's playoff game, Kenny. I'm calling it right now.
It is. It is. Who they have last week of the season? Raiders?
Jacobs, hey, you're going to love Jacob on this one. I honestly still think the Giants have a shot at the Super Bowl. I think they will win it. I know there are better teams out there like the Chiefs and Steelers, but I think the Giants will make it. Hey.
You know, I'm not afraid. You got nothing to lose. A
No.
team I'm not afraid of in the playoffs, I'm sorry, I'm not afraid of them,
Tampa.
is the Saints without the fans. I'd go in there and play them in the Dome.
Yeah, listen, and the Dome.
I wouldn't want to play Green Bay and Lambeau in December and January.
Right. That's
different
different
still
animal.
a home field advantage. That's still a big home field advantage. It's Lambeau. So if they can get that number 1 seed, watch out for Green Bay.
Okay.
You want to do some college picks?
Yeah, let's do college picks. And Vincent's also saying Jets might get Dabo if Lawrence goes there. That's scary.
I'm hearing Dabo possibly to Houston in a little rumorville.
For Deshaun Watson?
To go back with his old quarterback. Houston's a hot spot, they're saying.
No, it is. It is.
I mean, it's a division that's not strong. You know, you can bounce back.
All right, so let's fire this up, Mr. Kirkpatrick. First game on the docket tonight. All right, first game on the docket.
Championship Friday and Saturday.
Championship Friday, Saturday. You got to love it in front of the TV. I did all my errands today. Got some shopping done. But here we go. We're going to start with the Conference USA. I believe it's a Conference USA, right? It's the Conference USA game tonight. UAB at Marshall. Beelin's going right out of the gate picking UAB. Mr. Kirkpatrick, you got first dibs on this one.
I know the quarterback played terrible.
You know what? If Beelin gives me his picks, I'll get Beelin's face on the screen. So Beelin's going right now. UAB.
I'm going to go with the Thundering Herd of Marshall. I think they bounce back nicely tonight. And
didn't you call this your blowout of the week?
Yes, I did. I think Marshall is for real. I think they just had an off game, and I think they're going to win this game by double digits tonight, 14 or more.
I agree with you, Mr. Kirkpatrick. I'm going to go with Marshall. I think that game, listen, that quarterback had 5 picks last game, but you know what? I think they've been pretty steady all year, and I'm going to go with you, and I'm going to take Marshall to win the Conference USA.
Have a bad game like that, you can't get much worse, right?
No.
Can't get worse.
Then we're going to bounce to the MAC. You know what? I'm going to be honest. I with the MAC playing on Tuesday nights this year, I got into the MAC a little more this year.
It's a good move for a conference. Like that.
You know what? It's football. Yep. I want to know how Mr. Beelin likes the new Christmas display on the screen while he's sending in his picks, if he likes the screens or not. So we got Ball State getting 13 points tonight. Beelin has made his official pick. He's going to give the 13 with Buffalo over Ball State. Where are you at, Kenny?
I'm with Mr. Beelin. I want to watch this game, and I want to see this running back for Buffalo because they're saying this kid's a monster. And I want to see it.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to make it a clean sweep then because I want to see it too.
You know, I think the big dark horse for Heisman, I think, he's in the MAC, so it hurts him. But, I'd like to see one of those small schools get somebody to the Final 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
Beelin said new screens are dope. No one is better than hoops. No. Hoops help, but I'm the architect on these screens.
Love it.
I could tell you that right out of the gate. All right, so next thing, we're going to go Pac-12 championship. 3.5-point favorite, USC, number 13, undefeated, against Oregon. Can I start this one?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to say, and I just heard this week, that every time in the Pac 12 championship, like the past 4 years, the underdog has won outright. Just crazy stuff always happens in this game. I think USC wins. By the way, Beelin's going with the Ducks. I'm going to be with Beelin. I don't know. You know what? I think Oregon's going to, I don't trust USC. 3.5 points. Anything's going to go crazy tonight. I'll still say USC wins, but I am definitely taking 3.5 points.
I'm going outright upset. So I'm sweeping the board with the Ducks. I think they got in luckily because of Washington's situation there. The coach's name is being mentioned for some of these new hot colleges, or Auburn and
Yep.
Michigan, if Michigan leaves. And I can see he's even being, I could see the kids coming out fired up for Oregon. Justin Herbert won yesterday, goes right into tonight. By the way, that was battle of the Oregon quarterbacks last night, Mariota
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
and Herbert. But I'm going to go Oregon
Okay.
outright upset in this game.
Okay. I wouldn't be shocked, but I would I would take the 3.5, definitely. All right, before we get to the conference championship games, there's one game I put on our board just because it has national championship implications. It's the only one. Number 5, Texas A&M at Tennessee. It's a 14-point spread. Kenny, go ahead.
Tennessee has been bad all year, overrated. I said at the beginning of the year, they always seem to be ranked, and then they always win a game or two and then lose 5 in a row. Well, this is going to be another loss, big loss for Tennessee. A&M, big statement to try and get into that playoff. Last fight and chance. What time's that game on tomorrow?
That game is early. It's a 12 o'clock game, so they have to make their point.
So they got to, yeah.
They can't sit back.
A&M big.
Yeah, Beelan agrees, and I agree with you and Beelan. Same thing. I think they listen. They're playing. They can't mess around. I mean, Tennessee might hang around for a little, but I just think they got to pour it on, and I think they'll win by like 21. So I'm going to go with you guys. It's a clean sweep. We all got A&M.
I don't know if you got this game on the screen. If you do, we can get. Do you have BYU in Central Florida?
I don't. That's a bowl game.
It's a bowl game, so why don't we get that out of the way first, and then we'll get into our picks.
I don't have it on my screen.
All right.
Let me hold off on that. I'll try to work my magic through the show. See if I can handle
it's a
this.
ball game. I was just thinking,
well, we could talk about it. I just don't have stuff on the screen.
Okay. We'll wait. We'll hold off. We'll let you go.
Big Ten championship. 18.5 points. The spread has gone down. Northwestern is getting 18 from Ohio State. There's been rumors today that there's a bunch of players from Ohio State that will not be playing tomorrow due to COVID. There's again, nothing is official. They're going to come out tomorrow morning with the list, but there's been some rumors that it's their Alivo, one of the good receivers, but nothing official. But honestly, for me, it still doesn't scare me. I think Ohio State is, Northwestern obviously cannot go toe-to-toe and blow by blow with this team. So they're going to have to slow it down, run the ball. But I just think once Ohio State gets up by 10 or 14 points, I think it's going to get ugly. Beelan's going Northwestern. I am going to go opposite of Beelan. I am going to lay the points with
Beelan. I'm with Beelan. I like Northwestern keeping it close. I won't be shocked if Ohio State wins by 14-17, but I see Northwestern playing a tight game.
Okay. Can they beat them?
Long shot, but yes.
Okay. Big 12 championship. Another great. I'm pumped to watch this game. My boys, the Iowa State Cyclones. You know what? I made this. You called me out a little the other night, and you said you're not going with your boys, and I said Oklahoma. But you know what? I'm allowed to change my pick right before the game, right, Mr. Kirkpatrick?
Sure.
I am going to take not only the points, I am going to take outright Iowa State, and Iowa State will be your Big 12 champions.
I agree. I like the coach at Iowa State. I think he's better than Lincoln Riley.
And Johnny Beelan just said, my future head coach. So he's picking Iowa State.
I think he's overrated, Lincoln Riley. So I'm going to go with Iowa State as well.
Outright?
Outright victory for the Cyclones.
Okay. Any hope alive for the playoffs still?
No, there's too many teams ahead of them.
Now we get to the big one. 4 o'clock. Clemson against Notre Dame. It is roughly now a 10.5 point spread. Why would the number 2 team in the country be getting 10.5 points? Why would the number 2 team in the country who beat this team already be getting 10.5 points? Why? Because everybody in Vegas wants everybody like you and Beelan and everybody to say, Notre Dame, Notre Dame. You know what? Absolutely not. Woodshed from start to finish, 17 to 24 point victory. Clemson, I've said it again, not because we always mention it, but Trevor Lawrence, best player in football, best quarterback to come out since Andrew Luck and probably Peyton Manning. He's going to get himself back in the Heisman race. He's going to light Notre Dame up. Brent Venerables, that defense is going to be flying around. They got 4 or 5, I want to say it's like 4 starters back that was missing that Notre Dame game. You're not playing 7:30 on Notre Dame's field. Now you're neutral. This is a must-win for Clemson. I'm sorry, guys. It's going to get ugly. And you know what? This is going to be ugly part 1 because ugly part 2 is going to be coming in 2 weeks when Notre Dame has to play Alabama. So if you are like Bobby Blackjack, start watching reruns because you're going to get blown out tomorrow and even worse, more blown out in a couple of weeks. Clemson by 17 tomorrow.
All I'm going to say is no way. Absolutely not. Vegas wants people like you to take Clemson and say, oh, why are they giving 10.5? I got to take Clemson. No. You take Notre Dame in this game, outright victory, make their statement. Don't have to face Alabama in the first round and face Alabama in the championship. That being said, Mr. Sickinger informed me that he is going to be getting you your second meal with the Rocky Mountain oysters, because that's the bet we had. It's going to be an Irish-Scottish delicacy called haggis.
Let's go. Beelan's saying Irish pudding, and ball boys.
Black pudding haggis for Kurt. Mr. Sickinger is going to deliver it himself.
Mr. Beelan saying Irish and bull balls for Kurt. Jacob saying my favorite team is Clemson just because it's really the only team I know. So that's that. He's the Clemson guy. Jacob,
watch the game tomorrow. The Irish is a team to remember.
Enjoy it tomorrow, Jacob. You will be celebrating with me as the Clemson routs the overrated Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Then we move a little later and another under-the-radar game, which again...
Overrated, but they're in the same conference. But how are they overrated?
They're just over. They're not the second best team in the
country. How's Clemson not overrated if they're in the same conference?
Listen, would Notre Dame have any shot at beating Clemson without Ian Book? Honestly.
Without Ian Book?
Yeah.
Probably not this year, no.
Okay. Clemson went there with a freshman quarterback, a freshman in his second start, and hung up, what was it, 48 points, over 40 points. How is Notre Dame going to stop him? Notre Dame has nothing that Notre Dame was fully healthy that night. Clemson was missing 4 to 5 starters on defense and the best player in football.
All joking aside, the game should be a shootout again.
It ain't going to be now. Venerables, listen, and we always laugh. You'll see him tomorrow. He'll have the yellow hat on the sideline. He'll shut that stuff right down.
Dylan, you listening to this nonsense?
Shut it right down.
Okay. Well, I'll enjoy tomorrow. Get the haggis ready.
Beelan saying I better hide my phone tomorrow afternoon. He's taking San Jose State. San Jose State's getting 6.5 against Boise State. Beelan is going with the 6.5 in San Jose State.
I'm going to disagree with him on this one. I'm going to go with my Boise alumni. I'm going to take the Boise in a very close one, but they barely cover 7 points.
All right, I'm going to go with my guy Beelan. Not only taking the points, Kenny, I'm going to take an outright upset. I think San Jose State is legit. They run the ball, man. They're physical. They run the rock. They'll play defense. They're going to beat Boise. Boise's not the Boise of old, you know? So, a little vulnerable. I'm going to go with San Jose State in the upset. Now we get to now that we get to another championship game tomorrow night. SEC, Alabama, Florida, 17-point favorite. 17, Mr. Kirkpatrick.
Heisman Trophy preview, too.
Well, is it a Heisman Trophy?
It very well could be. Mac Jones is the favorite. Kyle Trask probably in that second, third. But if he could pull off the upset, he's got to be mentioned.
Yes, absolutely.
I thought about this. I know yesterday I said Bama big. Bama's going to win, but I could see Florida covering this game because I could see Florida scoring 28 points in this game. But I can see Alabama putting up 45. So it's going to be right around that 17-point, but I'll take Florida with the points.
Okay. I disagree with you. I do think that see, the problem is Florida is not going to be able to play Alabama, throwing the ball 52 times. They'll destroy him defensively. They'll destroy him. He's not going to be able to do that. Plus, they're not going to stop Alabama. So, are they going to make it a complete? See, the difference is when Ole Miss was in a shootout with Alabama, Ole Miss ran the ball. They spread them out to run the ball. Is Florida going to do that? Because there's no way. Alabama's just going to come get Trask. They're going to, they'll send 6. They'll be Coach Breslin. They'll be Coach Breslin and just blitzing the hell out of him. And now you get a pick 6, it can get ugly. So I disagree. Me and Beelan are on the same page.
Let me give you guys something to think about, though. Bama's in the playoff, win or lose. Correct?
Yep.
You would say. Bama's up 21 points, 24 points in the fourth quarter. You don't think Mac Jones and the rest of those starters are coming out?
Well, Beelan's just saying, and Heisman winner Mac Jones, you don't think he's going to get him this Heisman Trophy?
You're going to take a chance the way Florida played last week and was undisciplined. You're going to take a chance on getting somebody hurt or suspended?
You make a great point, but listen.
I'm saying I think backdoor cover from Florida.
But I'll tell you this. Alabama has not done that all year. There's been games, and the sad part, the next part is Alabama's 2s come in. They might be better than Florida's 1s.
I agree. I'm thinking backdoor cover, though.
Okay. No, I understand what you're saying because Florida probably is going to score. The problem, though, is, right out of the gate, their game plan, they cannot go in this game tomorrow saying we're going to just throw for throw at you because the Alabama defense will just tee off on Trask. So, I don't know.
I can see it being 21, Bama up 21, and then they get some kind of stupid turnover, and then there's your backdoor cover.
No. I
That's just my prediction, but I see, is Bama going to lose? I highly doubt it.
Right. All right. Last one. We got the the American Championship game. Tulsa at Cincinnati. Cincinnati's given 14.5 points. Beelan right out of the gate is saying Tulsa.
Got to go with my darling, Cincinnati. I've been on them all year, and if they want an outside chance, but that's a late game, right?
It's an 8 o'clock game.
So they're going to know what they need to do if they need to do anything, if they have any chance. If there's some crazy stuff that happens tomorrow, they gotta cover that spread.
And you know why I like them? I'm going to be honest, because they're totally getting disrespected. Well, in their opinion. You know, they're getting this. They keep dropping every week in the polls.
Because they haven't played.
Well, they haven't played, but I mean, no one else drops when they don't play. The committee just does not respect them.
They're not getting respected, and I don't understand why. They are playing decent teams. Central Florida was a top 25.
So my point, though, is, Kenny, I think
SMU was a top 25 team. Memphis was a top 25 team.
I know.
Arguably a top 25 team. Those are 4 teams in the top 25 at the beginning of the season.
Right, and I think that's why they're going to turn around and say, you know what? Like, screw you. You know, like, here we come.
I agree.
All right, you want to get to NFL? We got about 28 minutes.
Yeah, we can do NFL talk.
All right, let's get to NFL. We'll start with the Saturday games. Again, 4:30 tomorrow. I'm going to be locked in. You know, listen, these are my boys. We're not going to the playoffs, but I'm telling you, I am super excited about this team. We have been dead with injuries all year long. You know, we have not. I haven't seen anything close to what this team's really going to resemble next year. Lost our best defensive player. Our quarterback's out. Our best offensive player's out. Listen, the thing I love about it, hey, you know what? We're all locked in now. Drew Lock's got 3 more games. He had probably his best game in his career last week. You know what? He's on the national stage tomorrow against the hot Josh Allen. Hey, Buffalo's Buffalo, man. Respect them. They're saying they're the second best team in the AFC, but they're coming to our house. You know, they're coming to our house. There's no tanking in Denver, man. You know what? Take the points, Kenny. Take the outright win. Signature win for Drew Lock in this game tomorrow bumps him right into 2021 right out of the gate. Right out of the gate. Boom. Upset, outright upset. I'm going Denver by a touchdown over Buffalo tomorrow.
Hey, Beelan, I'm glad he picked Denver, because now I know Denver's not going to win, right? And Clemson's not going to win, because when he picks them, they lose. With that being said, I am going to take Buffalo. Buffalo could be an outside chance for the number 1 seed, because Chiefs have a tough game this week, and that'll only be a game behind them. I know 2 games, because they lost the head-to-head.
Beelan's saying Buffalo by 30.
I say Buffalo by a touchdown.
Okay. And tomorrow night, which is big fantasy implications for me, and I'm going to be worried, I'm not going to lie. We got the Carolina Panthers traveling to Lambeau Field. Teddy Bridgewater in the cold. No Christian McCaffrey. Listen, I just need, for fantasy stuff, I need Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams just to don't go nuts. But how can you not take Green Bay? I mean, Carolina's an absolute mess. Matt Rule, listen, they wanted Matt Rule. You got Matt Rule. I'm not a fan of him. Beelan's taking the Packers. I'm taking the Packers. It's 7.5. It's like stealing Christmas money. I'm going easy.
This is an easy game, and I think you're going to get your wish, Kurt. I know you're up against Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams in your league. Yeah, they're going to get points, but I think this is going to be an Aaron Jones, Jamal Williams
hope so.
Tandem.
Run the clock, Kenny. Run the clock.
Yeah, and I could see some long drives from Green Bay tomorrow, but Green Bay covers this game by 14.
Okay. Getting to the Sunday slate. The Texans at the Colts.
I'm going to go with an upset here. I think this is going to be Houston Texans pulling off a major upset. Indy and Tennessee, just when you think both of those teams are, oh man, it's Indy's division now, they come up with a clunker. Oh, it's Tennessee's division now, they come up with a clunker. I think Indianapolis puts in a clunker. Deshaun Watson and the Texans pull off an upset. And I'm going to say an upset, not by a point or two. I'm going to say a 7-point upset from Houston.
Wow. Me and Beelan are together on this one, the Colts. I don't trust Deshaun Watson on the road. I think the Colts are
indoors. It's indoors, so I like them indoors.
Yeah, it's indoors, but I think the Colts' their physicality, their run game gets going, and I think the Colts beat them. I'd say by 10. So I will lay the points. It's 7.5. I will lay it, but I think the Colts can be a problem in a couple of weeks. Then we get to Mr. Beelan's boys, the New York Jets, going out to Ramview. Rams given 17.5. I'll start this one. Obviously, the Rams will win. But you know what? Jets will play hard. Jets will cover. I'm going to take the 17.5 points.
I'm with you. You hit it on the button. The half is very important in this game. I could see the Jets losing by 14-17 in this game.
Mm-hmm. That's still a lot of points in the NFL, Kenny.
It's a lot of points from anybody. You know, when the Chiefs were giving the Jets, I was hesitant.
Yeah.
We're talking about the Rams now. I can't. I'm going to take the Jets, losing 14-17 points.
All right. Now the interesting game of the week.
Beelan said Rams. Did you get that one?
I put his face on it. He's got the Rams. I mean, listen, he's got to hope for the Rams. Now we got the smoking hot Washington football team hosting the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle given 6.5. But here's the news. Alex Smith is out, and the worst quarterback in football is in. Dwayne Haskins against Seattle. I would have loved to see Dwayne Haskins in Seattle with fans. How ugly would that be? I cannot listen. No Alex Smith. He's saying no Antonio Gibson. He's going Seattle. There's no way in this world I would back Dwayne Haskins. Absolutely not. I wouldn't put Dwayne. I wouldn't take Florida with Dwayne Haskins. They're better off with Trask tomorrow than Dwayne Haskins. I'm going easy, Seattle. He's gonna cost the Redskins alone 10 to 13 points on picks and fumbles and stuff, dumb reads. So I'm doing that. Where are you going?
I gotta go with the Seahawks. I can't back Dwayne Haskins. Washington's defense will keep him in the game for a while, but Russell Wilson does enough to cover that spread. They win by about 10.
Honestly, you know what they should do, Kenny? Seriously, is just run the ball. Run the ball and play defense. Don't even let him make any plays. Just seriously, 3rd and 9, run the ball and play defense until it gets to 7. Then but I wouldn't let him throw on any of the first 3-4 series. I wouldn't.
I got news for you.
I wouldn't.
We laughed at Mr. Beelan a couple weeks ago, and he said Philadelphia. We're going to get to them in a couple minutes, but Washington and the Giants are playing with backup quarterbacks right now. And Philly's got their quarterback controversy, but they do have that tie, so don't count the Eagles out just yet.
Okay, game of the week. 4:30. I will be definitely watching this. Our boy Jim, obviously, will be watching this one. But the Saints at home with Drew Brees getting 3 points. You start us off on this one.
When you said Drew Brees, changed my mind. Yeah, it's his first week back, but Chiefs secondary going to be able to stop Mike Thomas.
Mike Thomas is out.
Mike Thomas is out. Again, huh? I didn't know that.
Beelan's going KC.
That's changing my mind again. I'm going KC.
Okay. Beelan's also going KC.
Breeze with Thomas and Kamara, I would have gone with the Saints, but now
I'm going to disagree with you. I think, again, New Orleans coming off that loss, I think they saw the writing on the wall. You can't play with the gimmick. The gimmick, Taysom Hill, that gimmick's done. They'll never win with him. Get Drew Brees in, and I think they're going to win. I think they'll win outright. I think, again, not really on Drew Brees. I think you're going to see Kamara and Murray. Again, the Chiefs do not have a good running defense, so you're going to get the quick game from Brees and the pounding with Kamara. Listen, the Saints defense, you can't stop the Saints, the Chiefs, but I'll go 27-24 New Orleans, Kenny.
Okay.
We're actually moving on a good pace tonight. I'm shocked.
We're doing well.
Doing well. Okay, you're to your Eagles. Your Eagles are traveling to Arizona. Arizona coming off a big win versus your Giants. Eagles off of a huge upset against the Saints. The Cardinals are 6.5 at home. Kenny, where you going?
Cardinals big. What I saw in the Cardinals last week was what I thought I would see in that Cardinals defense. Yeah, our offensive line was playing well. Thomas could not stop Hassan Reddick on the outside.
Yeah.
The guy had three and a half, 4 sacks.
Five.
Five, rather.
He had 5 sacks. Was that on Thomas, by the way?
It was on Thomas.
That's not good.
Lightning fast. You got Simmons. You got a lot of young guys on that Cardinal defense. Jalen Hurts' first game on the road out west. I don't like the Eagles. Give me the Cardinals in this one.
Yep. Beelan is saying Eagles and closer to winning the division. I agree with him. I agree with you. Again, Jalen Hurts not going to be running around again. He's going to have to make plays again. He threw one ball last week, and here comes the run game. That's not going to work this week. The Cardinals by at least a touchdown. I totally agree.
The worst thing that could have happened, and this is going to sound absolutely crazy until I finish what I got to say. The beginning of this is going to sound absolutely crazy. The Eagles got hurt last week by beating the Saints the way they did.
What do you mean by that?
Now the fans,
they're going to think
the media, Jalen Hurts is our savior. We get rid of Carson Wentz. They are going to push this kid to pressure he's never seen before. And it may not happen this week, but it's going to happen soon. And he's going to be just like Carson Wentz. That's a hard city to play for, let me tell you.
Yep. Agree.
So right now, he's the best thing since sliced bread. But let him have a bad game and watch how fast they turn on him.
Agree. Okay, let's get to the next. We're going to go Tampa Bay at Atlanta, Mr. Kirkpatrick. You could start this one off.
Sneaky game. Atlanta at home. Ronald Jones is out, so that hurts the running game a little bit. I'm going to go with the Falcons in an upset at home. I think.
No Julio, though.
Was that?
Julio's out.
I know.
Okay.
I just got a feeling Atlanta. I got a feeling on this one, Atlanta. I'm still not sold on Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's going to get into the playoffs. They're going to straighten things out by the playoffs, but I don't know if they straightened it out yet.
Beelan's going Tampa, and I'm going to go Tampa. Again, I'm not a big fan of Tampa. I don't think they're going to go anywhere in the postseason, but I don't trust Atlanta, especially without Julio Jones. It's to me that's just that's scary. It's I don't like it. If I had Julio Jones, I'd probably go with you as an outright upset, but without him, I don't know. I think Tampa's defense steps up and plays pretty good defense to slow Matt Ryan down. All right, we got Carson's Lions going at the Titans.
Another sneaky game. This is a game we think Derrick Henry's going to easily get 200 yards against that run defense of the Lions. A lot of points. I'm going to go with Tennessee. I just think they got too much for him. If they try and load the box and stop Henry, are they going to stop Henry? If they do, watch out for A.J. Brown and Tannehill. Because how's that secondary going to stop that duo?
Right. You know what? I'm with you. Listen, Beelan saying Titans and 150 from Henry. I agree with both you guys. I think here come the Titans, just like last year. Here comes their run.
December.
December. Hey,
December.
Running the ball, man. What we always talk about in our texts is running the ball.
And Tannehill's the perfect quarterback for December.
Yes, he is. Win on the road. They showed it last year come playoff time. They're going to run the rock, run right down your throat, play a little defense. Tannehill, throw the ball up to Brown, make a play. I agree with you. I'm going to go with them too. Bears-Vikings. Trubisky coming off maybe his best game as a Bear against our buddy Ross Artel's Minnesota Vikings.
Two teams fighting for a playoff spot, believe it or not. Everybody's a lot of
Shockingly,
teams,
right?
a lot of teams are in the hunt. These two teams have an outside shot. The winner of this game has an outside shot. I think the Vikings pull it off with that. I think they got to Kubiak's got to stick with Dalvin Cook at home and on that turf, and just let Kirk Cousins throw the ball 20 times, make 14 of those throws, win a close one. What's the spread?
I believe it's 3.
Yeah, win a close one. Win a 20-14 type game. I'll take the Vikings.
We're all on the Vikings. Beelan's on the Vikings, and I'm on the Vikings. I think it's the Dalvin Cook show, and I need it to be the Dalvin Cook show. But hey, running the ball in this time.
I think you'll get the Dalvin Cook show.
I hope so. I'll take the Dalvin Cook show for this week. A couple more games. We got the New York Football Giants at home against Sunday night against the Cleveland Browns, Mr. Kirkpatrick. You know what? Let me start this because this is tough. Low scoring, defense versus defense, running the ball. Give me a percentage on Daniel Jones, Kenny. What do you think?
I think he's out.
You think he's out? You know what? It's still not going to take my pick. I'm going to take the Giants plus the points. I'm going to take the Giants in an outright upset. I think they run the ball, they play defense, they shut down Baker. I'm gonna take them in an upset.
Feeling saying Browns,
Something's in the cook.
Yeah.
Did you say? How about this? Freddie Kitchens. Did you see that, Kenny? Freddie Kitchens is calling the plays this week.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jason Garrett's got COVID, and our starting James Bradbury corner, big loss.
You know what? I don't like that.
Big loss, but Cleveland doesn't have a true number one wide receiver. If Beckham was playing, I'd be worried. If Beckham's not there, our number 2 and number 3 cornerbacks can cover Cleveland's corners. Freddie Kitchens, what better, if you're going to have your offensive coordinator out, what better game for Freddie Kitchens to call the plays against his old team? He knows those guys better than anybody on defense. He's going to know some secrets. Huge game from Evan Ingram. Colt McCoy, I think we would be better off this week if Colt McCoy played.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants rushed Daniel Jones last week, and you saw what happened. He wasn't mobile and fumbling the ball all over the place. I think we'll be better off with Colt McCoy throwing the dump offs, doing the Brandon Allen type treatment, and winning a 20 to, again, like a 20 to 14 type ball game. Give me the Giants in the win. I don't see the Giants having 2 bad games in a row.
Outright win. Love it.
Outright win.
Love it. All right.
And Freddie Kitchens will be our offensive coordinator next year because Jason Garrett's going to get a head coaching job.
Next year?
Possibly.
Wow. Jacksonville Jaguars at the Ravens.
What's the spread on this?
I want to say it's 13.5.
I think Gardner Minshew's quarterbacking, right?
Yes, he's back.
They're going to put up some points against the Ravens. I watched the Ravens defense. They couldn't stop the Browns. The Jacksonville Jaguars got some playmakers on offense. They got Robinson, who came out of nowhere, DJ Chark. Jacksonville's going to put up some points. I think they barely covered this spread. High scoring, like 34-24 type ball game.
So Jacksonville covers?
I'm going to take Jacksonville in a late cover. Ravens put up enough points and then just take it easy in the fourth.
Me and Beelan are on the same path. We're both going to take Baltimore. He said the Ravens are going to run for 300 yards. Could happen.
Lamar will have 200.
20 yards passing.
Yeah.
No,
I'm gonna take the points. You know me. I like a lot of points.
I know you're point Kenny. Trust me. All right, let's go Monday night. Steelers Bengals. I'll start this. Who's quarterbacking?
It's Allen or Finley.
All right, I'll make this easy. Steelers off of 2 losses. This is my woodshed of the week. Steelers are just going to absolutely blow them right, run them right out of. Yeah, me and Beelan, but Steelers, both of us. They're going to
This
run them right out of Cincinnati.
this is ugly. I'm with you guys. Steelers. The worst thing for Cincinnati was the Steelers losing two in a row.
Yep, worst thing.
My worst thing was the Steelers. If I would if I only beat Bobby in fantasy football last week, I'd have every matchup, dream matchups everywhere. 1 week too late.
Now we got the 1980 NFC Championship game or 81. Beelan saying, I'm out. Got to put the kid down. See you later, Mr. Beelan. I guess I will be in touch with you tomorrow. Enjoy the games tonight and tomorrow.
7:15 Beelan draft if you can make
yeah. That's right.
It's only going to take a half hour.
Did you get in touch with him on that?
I did. He asked it. He said the later the better.
Okay.
Well, I'm hoping 7:15 is okay. And it's only going to take 20 to 30 minutes.
Okay. 49ers. This is why Beelan's the man. He's like putting the kid down and he's still getting the picks in.
Label the text.
He's going Niners. I'm going opposite. I think the Cowboys. I'm going to take the Cowboys in an upset, Kenny. Am I crazy?
Crazy. Yes, but I can see it happening, but I'm going to go 49ers.
I didn't like the way the 49ers played last week against
Now you realize if Dallas wins this game, they're not out of the
I know.
That's
How
crazy.
great is it going to be if Dallas wins? Dallas couldn't win the division with Dak last year. Beelan said he's good for the draft. He said they can't win the division last year, and if Andy Dalton steps in and wins the division. I hope it happens. And our last game on our docket, the New England Patriots and the Miami Dolphins. Tua against Mr. Belichick.
You know, what did I say a couple weeks ago?
First-year quarterbacks?
When New England went into into play the Chargers in LA. Give me Belichick against the rookie quarterback. Give me Belichick in this game against a rookie quarterback.
They were showing the stats before. It's mind-boggling what he has done to first-year rookie quarterbacks.
Yeah, and I think the curse is gone. I think I think it was Brady's curse, not Belichick's curse. Brady couldn't beat the Dolphins. I don't think it was Belichick who couldn't beat the Dolphins. I think that was actually Brady who had the curse on him. Give me the Patriots in this game. Big.
I'm with you. I don't trust Miami. They're banged up. I mean, I'll take the points no matter what. So I don't know if Miami wins. I'm going to say Miami won't win, but I will take New England with you, Kenny. So I'm on board with you.
Nice. So which game are you looking forward to? Here's a couple. What do I want to say? Oh, in the college football, who was your upset special?
My upset special was San Jose State.
San Jose State, and mine was who did I have as mine? I'm looking Notre Dame, obviously.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
you gotta say Notre Dame because you gotta save face on national TV.
Now next week's docket, obviously we're gonna be on K&K on Wednesday. We're going to take off Thursday and Friday for the holidays.
Yep.
And we may do something on Saturday morning.
To get the NFL games in.
NFL and some bowl previews. Give me a New Year's 6. We got a couple minutes. We got 5 minutes. Give me a New Year's Eve 6 bowl outside the top 4. Give me a prediction on somebody who's going to be in a New Year's Eve bowl. Small team. You think Cincinnati's there?
I do, because one of them have to get in, right? Doesn't one small school has to get in somebody out of the Power 5 conference has to get in the New Year's 6.
New Year's 6, okay.
So that'll probably be Cincinnati if they win.
If Cincinnati loses, who takes that spot? Coastal Carolina?
Yeah.
It's got to be, right?
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Does Coastal Carolina have any say right now that they should be in it?
I think they should. I think this really hurt them, though, that they got the COVID scare now. Uh, I mean, they beat BYU. This would have been a statement. I think they're going to keep them out because of not playing in the championship.
Okay.
If Cincinnati loses and San Jose State wins, you might see San Jose State in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at other teams that could possibly be in there. I might put Coastal in there if Cincinnati loses. Rank 10? How fight crazy would that be?
Crazy.
And I'm hearing like Cincinnati, Georgia was the prediction. I think that'd be a good game.
Oh, absolutely.
I think that'd be a good game. And then the game I'm looking forward to, besides Clemson, Notre Dame, the game I'm looking most forward to, believe it or not, is Tulsa, Cincinnati. I want to see how good Cincinnati really is on a national spotlight.
My game was the Coastal. Honestly, Oklahoma, Iowa State.
That's up there too.
I think that's going to be a great game. Are you interested tonight at all?
Yeah, I do want to watch the Buffalo kid. I want to see how good this kid is.
But how about the Pac-12 or anything for you or nah?
Pac-12, I want to see USC get. I'm not a fan of Oregon or USC. Don't like neither one of those two teams. I want to see Oregon pull off the upset.
Okay.
And then tomorrow would be fun.
Oh, tomorrow.
Nice early start.
Tomorrow's going to be great. I mean, we got, you got football all day long. I mean, plus I got my Broncos Bills. I got. I mean, come on. It's a dream. I mean, listen, it would be a dream Saturday if Denver was in a playoff run. It would be phenomenal. But you know what? I'm going to be honest. I'm super pumped for this Denver game tomorrow because I feel like it is my playoff game. It's a lot with Drew Lock. I got that. I got Clemson and, the ball's rolling. I got everything. I got everything on the Clemson game with you guys. It's going to be a fantastic day of sports tomorrow.
Fair enough. And we are ready to roll. Tomorrow will be fun. I think that's going to do it for tonight, everybody.
Absolutely.
And then we will see everybody on Wednesday with the little college bowl preview action. We should know where everybody's playing by next Wednesday.
Yep.
Oh, and Tuesday, give me a prediction. No points. Tuesday's game.
BYU, what was it again? UCF?
BYU against UCF. That's a nice game.
BYU. I'm going to go BYU. Because I just don't think BYU can
UCF is not as good this year as they were in the past years. I think BYU needs to make that statement after losing to Coastal. Zach Wilson has a huge game. I'm with you with BYU.
Yeah.
That's a nice start to the bowl season, though.
Oh, yeah.
Two teams that – and what does it tell you about BYU? You should have played in a conference because you're in the Boca Raton Bowl.
Right. Yeah. Hey, listen, you know what? You do it to yourself. I'm a firm believer in that. You do it to yourself.
Yep.
So.
I agree.
Let's see.
I agree, Mr. Valenti.
All right, but great show tonight, Mr. Kirkpatrick.
Good show. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Beelan, thanks for your picks.
Absolutely.
We will catch everybody next time.
Sounds good. Have a good night, guys.
Good night, everybody.